Three-car race. Boy, it's just impossible to tell at this point which one of these three cars could win the race. Fuel, tires, and of course driver fatigue all entering into the final moments of any race. Lorenzen is coming into the pit area. Ned Jarrett has taken over the lead. Tiny Lund is in second place. And Chris, if you're close by, Lorenzen is in your area. He's coming in, I'm sure, for fuel. Chris?
The strategy on gasoline did not pay off. They're giving him a precautionary few gallons of gas, just enough to get him back in the race, and it cost Freddie Lorenzen the race for all practical purposes. Burning rubber, pulling out of the pits there, spinning wheels. But it's too late, unless, of course, Jarrett and Lund have to stop. Take it, Bill Fleming.
Okay, Chris, and of course that's the thought that everybody has right now. Can Jarrett and Lund go the rest of the way? That cost Freddie Lorenzen about 30 seconds in there, although it only took him a little over 10 seconds unofficially to get that fuel. Of course, slowing down and then getting back up to speed cost him. Nose to nose, fender to fender, wheel to wheel, call it what have you, but there's not more than a half a car length ever separating these two cars as they jockey back and forth for position. Ned Jarrett in the lead right now, former Grand National NASCAR champion in 1961. And Tiny Lund, who's never won the big one, who's been in racing for 18 years, and who still has to win that great big pot of gold. And here's Lorenzen, still trying to pick up some ground, putting his foot into it, but he's got too much ground to make up. He's hoping that somebody's going to falter here in front of him. But the leaders, here they are, Jarrett and Lund, have a good half a lap on Fred Lorenzen at this point. And there is Jarrett dropping down. Jarrett has dropped down, and I think he's coming into the pit area. Tiny Lund has shot into the lead, and here comes Jarrett. Chris Economaki, if you're there, here is Jarrett.
The second gasoline victim coming in with car number 11 for just a few pints of gas with only 3 laps to go. Then Jarrett has to give up to fight for the lead to get a few precious drops of fuel in this number 11 Ford, leaving it to Tiny Lund of Highland, Iowa, and car 21 out in front. There they've given him just enough, about 10 seconds worth, and away he goes. Take it, Bill Fleming.
Okay, officially 8 4/10 seconds, but slowing down and picking up speed again has cost him about 25 seconds. So Tiny Lund, a fellow who didn't even have a car here 2 weeks ago, is in the lead, and he could very well wrap things up in one of the richest stock car races of all time, the Daytona 500. And here he is, Tiny Lund, and he'll be starting on the last lap. So Tiny Lund is out there all alone, and unofficially I've got him 24 seconds ahead of Freddie Lorenzen, and he's got a good 30 seconds on Ned Jarrett. Don't want to overlook the fact that Nelson Stacy is 4th and Dan Gurney is 5th. They're 2 laps behind. And then Dick Petty in the 63 Plymouth is in 6th place. Bobby Johns, doing a great job, is in 7th in the 63 Pontiac. And then Joe Weatherly is in 8th. But here's the guy that everybody has been chasing, Tiny Lund. He's driven a tremendous race. And you can bet that if he can just finish now, his pit crew will get a tremendous amount of credit for the job of engineering they did here today. The checkered flag is out. And here he comes. Under the checkered flag, Tiny Lund has taken it, and this really is a big victory for him.
Tiny, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Congratulations. There's your wife over here, looks so elated. Tiny, you've just won $25,000. What will you folks do with it?
Pay our bill.
Pay our bills and add to our fishing camp.
I know you have a fishing camp in Cross, South Carolina. Tiny, you've been racing more than half your life. You got married in a racetrack, didn't you?
Yes, sir. 18 years I've been racing.
And this is probably your biggest day.
Biggest, very biggest.
Well, congratulations to a wonderful couple, Mr. and Mrs. Tiny Lund, formerly of Highland, Iowa, now living in Cross, South Carolina, and the turbulence in victory lane for 2 great people. Relax.
I was out of gas for the last 4 laps.
You were out of gas when you took the checkered flag?
Yes, sir.
Out of gas, taking the checkered flag. Words from a winner, Tiny Lund.